everybody, so if you've been following along for the last 2 years, I've been really sick. This channel started out about travel and education and cultural diversity, and then it kind of also just turned into my journey of being sick. But so if you haven't seen all the videos, this has been a long journey. It's hard for me to even keep straight. In the end of 2019, I was at a wedding, having lots of fun, and then by the end of the wedding, somehow I got sick. Doctors never concluded what virus or bacteria or anything it was, but I couldn't move. Like, my joints just froze, I had a rash, I had a fever, and it was just like a really, really bad illness. And so I went to the hospital for that, and I was on a bunch of medicines to get over that. And I could walk again, my joints were fine, but it left my body not making blood. It left me with severe aplastic anemia, where my bone marrow wasn't producing blood, which is like an autoimmune disorder. And it took a long time to understand what I had. I was misdiagnosed with ITP originally, given all the medicines for ITP to realize that I didn't have that. I first got sick in Charlotte at a smaller hospital, so eventually Charlotte, they just didn't know what to do anymore, so they sent me to Duke University Hospital, and that's kind of when we figured out that I have more severe aplastic anemia, and I had ATGAM for that, which is like a big biotherapy to help fix that. And then I also had PNH, which is often tied with aplastic anemia. But so the ATGAM fixed the aplastic anemia for after a while, and but it left PNH really to thrive. So PNH causes blood clots. Then I had a blood clot in my hepatic vein, but I started medicine for PNH, and then we fixed PNH to some extent, and I thought I was in the clear, right? And then a couple months later, I was in a car crash. Wasn't hurt, but because I had so many blood problems, I went to the emergency room just to get checked out, make sure I didn't have any internal bleeding, and they found a tumor on my thyroid. So then they found out that I had thyroid cancer, even though I had just gotten over all of these blood problems. So now this is, I think, end of 2020, and I had thyroid surgery. We removed my thyroid and lymph nodes. It had spread to my lymph nodes. And I also had iodine radiation for thyroid cancer. And they think that the iodine radiation and the, taking away that hormone triggered my aplastic anemia to come back. So I relapsed. We fixed the thyroid cancer, but I relapsed with aplastic anemia. And then at that point in time, it was like, well, this is my relapse. It's time to get a bone marrow transplant. And a bone marrow transplant is really like the cure for aplastic anemia and PNH. So now, this is summer of 2021, into fall. I just got a bone marrow transplant. So far, it seems like it's gone smoothly, things look good. But then now this week, or this month, they think that I have a whole nother autoimmune disorder unrelated to the others, called autoimmune hemolytic anemia, along with ITP. So that's, my body's making blood now, but I have antibodies destroying it. So aplastic anemia, your body doesn't make it. Autoimmune hemolytic anemia, your body destroys it. And there's studies correlating transplants to autoimmune hemolytic anemia, but like 2 to 6% of people who get a bone marrow transplant end up with autoimmune hemolytic anemia. So, the chances. And now it's been almost exactly 2 years. So it's kind of crazy to just have so many of these somewhat related but unrelated disorders. But they said that's just how autoimmune disorders work. And you tend to get one, you tend to get a bunch. So we'll see what the future brings. And I just wanted to add, sorry, the sirens were in the background earlier. That's all a lot, right? And I can feel my body, right now is actually really weak. But I've also always felt this urgency before I got sick. Ever since I was a kid, I felt an urgency to do things, to live, and to just do as much as I could. I was always going, I was always working, I was always investing, I was always exploring and creating. And I'm really, really proud of all the things I've done. I'm 26 years old, I've been to over 20 countries, had a stable income, bought a house, and met so many great people and had so many great experiences. I was just always chasing experiences. And I totally hope to still do that, however my future looks. Maybe just in different ways, depending how all of my blood pans out. But overall, I don't mind everything that's happened. It's made me move slower. I haven't been working a lot. So some of the time I was working, some of the time I wasn't working. But I get to create, I get to make these videos, I get to relax and just spend time, almost doing nothing. And that's kind of nice too. Or doing nothing, working on recovering is actually what I should be saying. So it's a change of pace. And there's definitely been really scary times, especially when I first got sick 2 years ago. That was really scary. But it's all just part of the journey, and I don't mind it. So thanks for listening to me talk for a little bit, and Happy New Year for 2022. Today is the last day of 2021.